Hello everyone, the Uncanny Tranny here with my vlog channel update seasons greetings bad joke thingy spectacular with optional sunroof and heated seats. I had some fun making the last one and seemed like you folks enjoyed it, so I thought, why not make another? So first and foremost, I gotta thank everyone that's been showing support for their support. I know it sounds cheesy and disingenuous to say, but I couldn't have done it without you cats. You know, YouTubers, we just make the videos, really. Granted, some of us put more effort into them, or more research into a given topic, if that's the sort of video we're making. But with the way things work on YouTube, none of that really matters without the support of our viewers. Both in terms of how YouTube's algorithms work, and more importantly, just giving us the drive to keep doing what we're doing. So, for that I thank you from the bottom of my cold, dead, highly caffeinated, fat-encased heart. I know I cracked a joke there, but I really do feel grateful for all the support. I just crack jokes sometimes, so I don't become openly overcome with feelings that make me cry. So that's a thing. Moving along. As some of you may have noticed, I started streaming, and I've got to admit I've been having a lot of fun. I feel the whole process of streaming, as well as myself, and my presentation are a lot more candid, and I think that's great. Being tired when I stream might be helping with that. So if you watched my Let's Play content and felt I was a little too stuffy, then maybe watching me stream might tickle your fancy. I definitely want to keep the day I've set to stream on Saturday because that coincides with the time I take off doing Let's Plays on the weekends. But I'm open to suggestions for time that might be better for more people. You know, I understand that a lot of my viewers are from Europe, and so that's something I need to consider. Either way, I hope to see you all in my next stream, be it the more formal one on Saturday or the periodic streams I do throughout the week when I have the time or feel like I need a hug, basically. As far as Let's Play content goes, I finished off Even the Ocean, and even if you didn't watch that series, which I don't blame you for, really, it wasn't that great. I do have a review on it, which you could learn how not so great it was. In the future, I'm not going to do such formal reviews, as that just took far too much work, far too much time, and actually threw off the rest of my series that week. Although I did manage to get them out on time. I do, however, want to make reviews, or video reviews, for the games that I complete. Not sure if I'll do them of games I completed prior to the first review, but perhaps. I touched on this during the last vlog thingy I did, but I initially picked games to play that I believed would elicit growth in my channel, and honestly that felt a little too cheesy. And not in the good way, kind of cheesy. And it didn't work anyway, so I've basically decided to play what I want to play. You know, if it does well, it does well. Sure, it's a bummer if no one likes what I do, but that's life, huh? And it's more experience to boot. That's a thing. Seems like a couple people have been enjoying decks, which I think is really nice because other than that clunky-ass combat, I think it has the makings of a very nice experience. But I may be biased because Cyberpunk is one of my favorite settings, and there's blue hair. I heard feminists like that, right? That's such a weird and specific stereotype. I don't understand it, really. I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do with Enter the Gungeon. While it is my favorite game of the year, it's, I haven't been doing all that well in it lately. We did get the false ending, but I'd like to get at least one of the true endings. I really seem to be constantly shitting the bed in that regard. Yeah, not sure what to do with that. Paladins is still going strong, and I plan on keeping it around for some time. I believe it's actually earned me my first organic subscriber, meaning someone who found it via searching on YouTube found me and liked what they saw enough to sub. Not sure if you're watching, but hey there, new sub. You're organic. Ooh, sounds prestigious or something. Not that that devalues any other subs, of course. I just thought it was worth noting. Growth is good. I actually have a plan for what to play next, not wanting to give it away, but it's this really odd action, side-scroller, stealth, beat-em-up thing that takes place in a cyberpunk sort of city that is populated only by women, and you play as an assassin who is a trans woman, and everyone treats you as less than human/woman, and apparently it's not as ham-fisted as it sounds. It's really strange. I remember reading about it on a indie game blog, like in 2014 or something like that, and I kind of dismissed it because it's like, wow, you're just really just throwing the fact that there are trans women in there just to generate clicks or something like that. It was really strange. But yeah, might be good for a laugh. I'm not sure if I will complete it, but you know, like I said, might be good for a laugh. Whoa, I did not mean to whip up like that. I'm not used to having mouse look on. Just gonna grab my fishing rod here and fish. There we go. Oh, wrong tile. There we go. So, you know, it's the holidays, and while I may not be a big fan of them, 2016 is coming to an end. Yeah, a lot of people have been going on about how terrible a year it's been. And sure, there's been a lot of influential artists who are no longer with us. There's been a whole heap of political drama. Whole heap. Which has led to a heap of social drama. Which, you know, are indeed things that happened, and there's probably going to be repercussions resulting from that for some time. You know, not trying to diminish that, what happened, but I think a large part of the overarching notion of this 2016 thing is just the internet making another lazy meme out of something, as it tends to do. Something we really ought to keep in mind, however, is the fact that from what we're seeing so far in 2017, 2017 is basically saying, hey, you thought 2016 was bad? Well, hold my beer, you know? Things are probably gonna get worse just because of stupidity. And because of that, we need to stay strong with the people we hold dear, you know, holidays or otherwise. And yeah, the whole notion of, hey, things could be worse, while true, is kind of tiring and dismissive. But that's basically what I'm going to tell you about next. Granted, this is the setup for a joke. What I'm about to tell you is in fact true, and actually happens more often than you'd likely think. So, I used to have this friend. Actually, they were my very last real-life friend. But anyway, he was a dairy farmer. He would often go for drives, make a burger or donut run before we'd come back to my place, and then whoop his ass at Mortal Kombat, despite the fact that he played it many, many, many more times than I did. So, you know, over the handful of years I've known this cat, he told me a lot of different stories about working in his family's dairy farm and how things operate locally. So I'm not sure how this works elsewhere, but around here there's restrictions on how inbred your livestock can be. There's some sort of grade or ratio they calculate. I guess too much inbreeding can result in bad milk or more sickness and disease-prone moo cows. Ultimately, it comes down to delivering a better product, of course. So, one example he gave me of this is this baby bull, I guess. What do you call male calves? Anyway, from the moment it was born, it was constantly crying. No one knew why. They checked for broken bones and such and came up empty. Now, because this is a dairy farm, the males are often shipped off to the local francophone community, as they seem to really love their veal. And because of this, they don't tend to care too much about the baby bulls after they're born, as they usually don't live long. They're usually dead within a week or two. So this little bull was crying and crying all week, and was starting to get bloated despite not feeding. Now, this friend of mine, he's a big guy and acts all tough and shit, but I think he's got a soft spot for the little moo cows. So he gave the little one a proper look over, and he was rather horrified in his findings. This poor little moo cow was born without a pooper. Yep, just nothing there, just a smooth, flat, cow-colored stretch of skin. So, being unable to crap, it was just full of shit, and all the toxins that came with that. He was promptly put down when this was discovered, and I don't think they could market him for food safety reasons. So, what I'm getting at here is, sure, 2016 may have been pretty shitty, and 2017 probably isn't going to be far off, but look at it this way. You could have been born full of festering, toxic bullshit and been unable to release it in a healthy, controlled manner. Kind of like the far right. Good night, everybody.